Very much. Now, with that being said, we might as well go to the one thing that was already shown because if you're seeing this and we're talking about the Doomsday trailer, you're wondering what Marvel's going to show, which because we are recording this on a Thursday, I'm guessing Marvel's going to release their news at Hall H either Friday or Saturday. But let's talk about this trailer because everybody's breaking it down frame by frame. This is Avengers Doomsday.
Something's coming.
And it's not funding for Charles' school.
Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be
a weird Doom voice, but I'll take it.
I was gonna say it's like I'm adjusting to it a little bit.
To me, it is just Tropic Thunder all over again. It is a dude playing another dude disguised as another dude.
I hate that you've ruined this for me in real time.
And all of us put together.
With the sponsor fit on, yeah.
They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words.
Haha. Goku and Trunks
Need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
Infinity Vision to make up for the fact that Dune bought up all the IMAX theaters. So we made up something completely new.
Right. Now, as I try to fix my camera because it looks like I just pulled an invisible Sue, so bear with me for a second. But yes, that was the trailer for Avengers Doomsday. As you can see, it is moving forward December 18th of this year. Well, do we really need to say anything more about this except the fact of they are leaving a lot of stuff out, which is fine. But at the same time, they are saying a lot without saying anything, and pretty much the rabbit hole of conspiracy theorists are making the way around. But Tafara, Joe, any thoughts on the latest trailer?
I'm curious to what the explosion in the sky is. I'm hearing that we might be pulling a Sonic X where you're just going to have multiple planets ripped open and staring at each other through like cracks in the universe. RDJ,
I feel like that's the incursion at the end of Doctor Strange 2.
Possibly,
Yeah,
but
possibly.
I hear people saying that might be how the incursions are going to happen, though. It's just going to be like if you ever saw Sonic X, how they handled Mobius in Earth, and why they had to send Sonic and the gang back to Mobius. Like, the Earth was literally split, and you could literally see Mobius could see half of Earth splitting towards them. Earth could see half of Mobius splitting towards Earth. And it feels like that's what the flares in the skies are. Thank y'all for remembering you made a Shang-Chi movie. I also made a joke last on Nix's podcast that might be real, and that is Gambit has been in the TVA, and they put him in speech therapy before he gets back out. Like, I would not, because if he comes back out and just is doing the meme, I would of his voice. I don't know how we're gonna get through this entire film. But also, I know a lot of people have been criticizing Rebecca Romaine and the new look.
I feel like they also capture mid-transformation in that picture they keep harping on.
Yeah.
Because like the scales are all in the face, which they just weren't in her original look, and I'm like, maybe that's how she aged, but
No, that's how she was. Well, the harder scales, no,
yeah,
but
like the
she
harder
was scaly in the original one.
no, so she was, but like the harder blue scales that kind of throw off, I think are throwing off people from her natural blue tone. I think that's kind of what's like sending everybody. Also, people are theorizing this isn't Steve or this is an illusion.
Oh no, this is Hydra Cap.
I was gonna say
Which makes no sense to me because then he wouldn't be worthy.
I mean, it could be Vegeta going Super Saiyan. My heart is pure evil.
See what
Being
Joe
pure does
Joe,
not mean you're not worthy.
No. What Joe said right there is the one thing I keep bringing up to everybody when they keep on saying Hydra Cap. I'm like, if he's Hydra Cap, he can't call Millionaire. He couldn't.
Unless his intentions were so pure, he thought that he was genuinely doing the right thing. But I will say that "Hey Pal" did sound a little deceptive. And I feel like that's the only. I feel like no one's bringing that up. I'm like, that seems, or unless this is Loki masquerading as his brother and trying to. For all we know, this could be Loki peering it because they said the first 4 teasers that they were not going to tell you to go see Avatar for because Feige ain't playing nice with that. But they were saying those first 4 trailers were like stories, and I wouldn't be shocked if Loki is projecting himself into like different branches. Because the branches are all turning in on each other and winding into one story again. And he's like, all right, I need to like poke and prod and nod everybody in these directions. And then you got Thor basically say, hey, I ran with killers who died to way less. And this is the best I can do. This is the best I got. Like,
But I will also say this though about it, that I love the fact that, shout out to you. We're getting more of Gambit. Now, how he escaped. Now, how did they escape the underbelly? They got to explain. I'm pretty sure they're going to wind up explaining that. But
yeah, we still don't know who went and got him in that, which we don't know why it was deleted. That would have been the perfect other end credit scene.
Right.
And again, because I don't even think it was on the DVD. It might have been on the Blu-ray or the 4K, which I have the Steelbook. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds posted it. It was like, yeah, somebody comes back to pick up Gambit in a sling ring. So,
but it also makes me think that, okay, if Gambit's alive, and I know this is going to be wishful thinking, that they picked up Blade and Elektra too.
Yeah, because remember, I thought everybody got eaten at the end of that movie, but they show they are alive, and he's like, hey, I got friends who need to go home. It's like, yeah, we'll see what we can do for them. But Wolverine kind of has to suffer because, we need him to make this happen. I'm like, that's kind of messed up, but
right.
Which I'm curious if this is going to be how Wolverine works in this story, if at all. Are we going to see a different Hugh Jackman, or is this going to be Days of Future Past Hugh Jackman?
That's the thing.
Is this potentially the future or the past that our last Hugh Jackman came from? I'm curious to see how all that works. Deadpool has to show up in here somewhere. He's the one who gave us the Secret Wars comic teaser in his own preview. But I'm excited. I know a lot of people are dunking on him. Like, I don't know what's happening, and I like that for once.
Exactly. That part right there, I'm going to add on to before I toss the joke before we move on to the next one. That we don't need to know everything. We don't need to know everything. We don't need to break it down before we get there. Let us be surprised. And it looks like the Russo brothers might have it right about Doomsday. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm already liking where they're going with it. But Joe, any last words on Doomsday before we move on?
I think Gambit is horribly outmatched by Shang-Chi, and he's just going easy on him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Seems like it, because on all the descriptions I've heard about this fight, it seems like Gambit is getting the upper hand, and then you see he does the super slam and apparently makes everyone stop fighting. I'm like, is Gambit OP or is everyone taking it lighter each other? And did the Sentinels do this to Charles' house, or was this y'all putting each other through the pavement? Like, it's that X-Mansion has seen better days.
All I gotta say is whoever's the contractor is made his money by Christmas in July. But that also being said, that's not the only Marvel trailer that we do have. We do have the final trailer for next week's, I guess we call it Marvel's first of this year. Is that right? Or is it the second this year? Marvel movie. Because I don't think there was a Marvel movie earlier this month, right? Earlier this year, right? Or am I misremembering?
I don't think so. Not yet. No, because Fantastic Four and all that stuff was last year,
right?
I think. All we've had is Daredevil. That's all we've had so far.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any Marvel movies because I know next week is the trailer we're going to show for Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is the final trailer as the movie is coming out this Friday.
Yeah, we had Born Again, Punisher special, and now we're moving into movie territory.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker.